and welcome to Coffee with Covered Bridges. I'm Dot Roan, broker owner.
I'm Sue Bartek, broker owner.
And today we're talking with Rich Sachse from Residential Mortgage Services.
Rich, thanks so much for joining us. What can you tell us about your background? How did you end up becoming a lender and working in this field?
Sure. I've been in lending since 2003. Actually started in real estate. I was a full-time realtor with Century 21. Started in 1998. Gravitated in the lending side 2003, so I've been doing the last 16 years a senior loan officer with Residential Mortgage Services.
Wow, I didn't know you were doing it that long, because we've worked with you for several years now. What, Rich, would draw a buyer to go to Residential Mortgage Services? What do you offer that buyers would be attracted to?
Sure. We're a privately owned mortgage bank, so we're not a broker. We're a true in-house local lender. We have 3 operations centers in the state of Pennsylvania. I work out of Wilkes-Barre. I live in Sugarloaf, so I'm very familiar with the Luzerne area, county area, Columbia County. But when we take that loan, it literally stays within 50 feet of my desk from start to finish. My assistants there, processors, the underwriter making the decision on that loan 90% of the time, closers, funders. So it gives us the opportunity, besides having a full product selection, that if I have any issues or concerns with the file, I literally can go to the underwriter that's going to be making the decision on the file and discuss it with them in advance. It avoids a lot of confusion and heartbreak down the road.
And also, sometimes you don't have to wait days and days for an underwriter to get back to you, right?
Correct.
You can just go throw a file on their desk, maybe.
Correct. With a coffee. Right?
Yeah. Take a coffee with you.
Very good. So how does the process start? We're working with a new buyer. We're going to send them to you for a pre-approval. What happens? How does that work?
Sure. We have a couple different ways we can approach the buyer. We have a mobile app which they can download. Dedicated to myself, it's a 24/7 application. I can meet them in person, I can meet them in your office. I prefer to take information personally, whether it be over the phone or in person. The reason being is it's very easy for someone to do it on an application and enter information that can be misinterpreted by a lender, whether it be the source of the income, whether it be the source of the funds. If I can speak with the buyer directly, first of all, I can answer any questions they have as we go through the process, because it can be intimidating a little bit. But also I can clarify and try to avoid any concerns or questions I might have that could present a problem later in the game.
Yeah, because if they put income in online and it's not verifiable income, or like you say,
Right.
you know, if it's overtime or something that, you know, wouldn't count, it's better to know that up front, right?
Yeah, and the whole thing with a loan is identifying it correctly up front, placing it in the right spot. If you incorrectly interpret that, again, you go 3 weeks down the road, 4 weeks down the road, buyers already invested a lot of emotion, possible money in the transaction, time, you have a seller, a buyer, realtor, and then you come up with a surprise. That's where the heartbreak happens.
Yeah, we don't like surprises.
No.
Not at all.
Neither do I.
You're basically going to determine the roadmap. You're going to tell us, okay, this buyer is going to work best in this loan product. They're going to do this. They're going to need that. So we have that when we write the agreement of sale. We understand exactly the direction that it needs to go.
Exactly. Yeah, there's so many loan programs available out there. A lot of buyers have the impression you have to put 20% down or larger, but there's 0% down programs, a lot of first-time home buyer programs, 3% down, 5% down. It's my job to look at the credit history of the borrower, look at their situation, what they want out of the loan. If they're staying in the house for 3 years, are they staying there for 10 years? Do they want to contribute $5,000 or $10,000? And determine what kind of programs they qualify for and what best suits their needs. And then at that point, when we determine how high a borrower can go from a qualification perspective, we're going to ask the next question is how high they want to go from a payment perspective, so we can sort of make sure that when they do find that house, they're already comfortable with the payment, they're already comfortable with money out of pocket, you know how to structure the agreement of sale, and it goes more smoothly.
Do you find that buyers usually buy to their max, or do they usually have a cushion so they can go to McDonald's for lunch?
Yeah, that's a real important point, especially the first-time home buyer. You don't want to be house poor when you get into it, and you do see a lot of buyers really push it to their upper limit. Unfortunately, we try to advise them that you have to sort of think past that payment. You're going to write a check every month. So it's my job to not put a bar in a situation where it's going to present a possible foreclosure situation or something devastating down the road. It doesn't do fairness to anyone.
Right. Absolutely.
So what happens then, Rich, after they find a house and they go under contract? How do you stay in touch, or do we just wait until we get mortgage commitment, or is there a process along the way?
No, we're going to keep all parties informed throughout the process. We're going to get the agreement of sale over first. We'll make sure we have all the terms correct in terms of purchase price, seller assist, closing date. I'll contact the borrower to update their information, make sure there's been no significant changes in, their income or assets. We've gone through so much of it already with the borrower. It's not going to be anything that's going to be surprising, but we just want to make sure that nothing has significantly changed if we did the pre-approval a month ago. At that point, we're going to put the firm numbers together for the borrower, review them, get a firm rate quote based on current market. Borrower can choose to originate the loan as a locked rate at that point, which means their rate will be guaranteed and they'll close with that rate, or they can float a rate if they feel the market might improve, or if we feel the market might be improving. At some point, they'll have to lock that rate. Within 3 days, we're going to get initial disclosures out to the borrower. We can either do that again in person, via mail, or a lot of it we do electronically, where the borrower's going to sign everything, DocuSign online, which expedites the process. We're going to keep the borrower informed the whole way, and we're going to be right with them the whole way, and you're going to be aware of it as well.
We're in the loop too, right?
Definitely in the loop.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
all parties.
Very good, very good.
So we make it through the transaction, we go to closing, everything goes well. Do you stay in touch after that with the borrower?
Yeah, certainly, and I'm going to be in touch, again, very accessible. I don't keep banker's hours, your borrower and yourself can reach me Saturday night if you've got a pressing question, mornings, weekends. So I'm very accessible to the process. I will be at the closing table with you and the borrower as well too. And I don't want any surprises because I don't want them glaring at me.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
but after the closing too, we'll stay in touch with the borrower over the next at least couple of years. We monthly at least touch the borrower, always available. He's got any concerns or questions about the loan, but we'll also send out things about what's going on in the neighborhood and the markets for them as well too.
Nice.
And we're also going to keep you in the loop with that as well too. You're co-branded on those videos and things that get to the borrower. This way the borrower quickly knows and the buyer quickly remembers that he can go to you or ourselves with any questions at any point.
Perfect.
Okay,
That's
so
awesome.
it sounds like RMS and Rich Sachse are involved in the whole process from the time the buyer decides they even want to think about buying a home, all the way through the closing and thereafter. Yeah.
Correct.
So it sounds like full service. I know we have used Rich and RMS for several years. I can't say that I've ever had a transaction go south or a transaction with any problems with Rich, knock on wood,
Yep,
because,
absolutely.
sometimes it's the unexpected, but we have always, those of us that have used Rich and RMS, we've always had really good transactions, and we look forward to many more in the future.
Well, thanks.
So thank you so much for joining us today on
Excellent.
Coffee with Covered Bridges. We appreciate it. And thank you for joining in, and please go to our YouTube channel at Century 21 Covered Bridges Realty and subscribe, and check us out on our Facebook business page at Century 21 Covered Bridges Realty. So until next time, bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.